Today, we have Jessica Zapatero with us. She is an experienced multilingual communication leader skilled at implementing high-profile, image-based sales and marketing programs with the luxury lifestyle industry through the creation of integrated communication strategies. Her niche expertise lies in building competitive advantages for clients in the luxury retail home, fashion, and beauty sectors by leveraging and connecting with the affluent Hispanic consumers. She is also the president and co-founder of Zapatero Bucaram Public Relations LLC. Okay, I think I got everything there. Let's just go ahead and jump into some of the questions. Could you tell me a little bit about your background and what led you into PR?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me here today. A little bit about my background. I have a degree in fashion design and I minored in communications and business administration. I'm currently pursuing a degree in fashion marketing, so my master's, postgraduate. And gosh, at the very early stages of my career, I was very fortunate to be part of the executive development program with a very high-end retailer in Palo Alto, California. That allowed me to go through different rotations of departments and figure out what the inefficiencies were and provide solutions for them. My favorite department was public relations, and so it encompassed creating goodwill for the high-end retailer in the community, so building community relation strategies, building media and awareness of public relations for the designers that were coming in to do trunk shows and special appearances. And I planned, overall a lot of event planning, which was really fun. I immediately knew that that was the perfect outlet for the two passions that I have, which was PR and marketing. So, and fashion in general, it was the perfect recipe for expressing my passion.
And could you talk to me a little about what Zapatero Bucaram Public Relations LLC does?
Yes, thank you. Good pronunciation. We're yes, excellent. We're a lifestyle and celebrity public relations agency. So basically, we offer top-notch media and visibility for our clients in various spaces, which mostly encompass fashion, lifestyle, and local celebrity initiatives. So we also provide digital marketing and social media services, because today with the public relations strategy, you have to embrace those other two schools. So that is what we do.
Okay, great. Now, PR has so many different definitions behind it. Public relations, it has these multiple facets. When you think about PR, what is the definition that you associate with it? I know that now we're moving to digital marketing and everything else like that, but what do you think PR is?
The standard definition is really maintaining a professional and public image by a company or another organization or a famous person. That's the traditional definition for PR. But today I think it means so much more. I think with the influence of social good and corporate responsibility, public relations is really involved into creating a platform for companies to express their brand voice, their messaging, and their core values. So public relations is not just about a press release anymore or being in the news for something positive or negative. It's a lot more.
Definitely. And you briefly touched upon digital marketing. How is that changing, PR?
Yes, well, it's changed PR so much. It's really been the catalyst for PR 2.0. Digital has really fueled content marketing, which is the new way that publicists use to really communicate with not only the media, but with their audience. Before, the traditional public relations strategy was to create a press release that was syndicated online, and then you would make the phone calls to follow up with your pitch. But today, you can use blogs, social media, email, just so many other methods to reach your audience, not just media. But As publicists today, our landscape is so different, and I've gone through the process of the original traditional, method as versus today. It's so much easier to expand our reach. You wouldn't believe how many media, what kind of media relationships we're able to develop just from a Twitter conversation. So those are things that have just, we're not even heard of before. So digital has changed absolutely everything.
Yeah, definitely. And where would you recommend is the first place to start for an organization when they are looking at creating their PR strategy?
Yes, that's definitely a good question also. I feel that internally, I feel that every organization needs to really first understand and analyze who they are internally and their own internal values, their corporate values. So starting in at your messaging, what are you saying, to your own employees and team? What kind of customer service and how do you respect your own team? I think that's the critical piece. How does everyone else understand your mission, your company values? And if that's not understood or not disseminated properly, then you can't publicly have a refined message. So I think that's very important to start internally.
Do you approach strategy building sessions differently for a startup as opposed to a Fortune 500 company?
Yes, well, that's it's very interesting, but I do think that all organizations, regardless of their size, have one thing in common. I think that one PR need in common. They need to be seen, they need to be heard, and they need to be remembered. And I think how public relations strategy and tactics are developed will really depend on the type of industry, whether it's an emerging brand or Fortune 500. But when you dissect the two, the complexity of an emerging brand usually involves many early stage processes like a logo, branding identity, website, messaging, all of that a Fortune 500 company may already have established. On the flip side, a Fortune 500 company may be so large and used to doing things a traditional way that they really haven't looked at refreshing their image or refreshing their messaging to be relevant today. Fortune 500 companies also have internal departments that sometimes may service different industry needs or just different teams, different layers of management, different processes. So dealing with a smaller, more nimble organization such as an emerging brand, an emerging whatever it is that the field that it is a little bit more nimble, I guess, quicker to move through because you don't have so many layers of management, whereas a Fortune 500 is a lot more planning with time and just a longer adoption process too, because it could be something new. And you need to disseminate that internally again.
There are definitely a lot more hoops that you have to jump through in a Fortune 500 company. Yeah. Okay. Being an entrepreneur and founder of your own firm, what are some tips that you have for budding PR business owners?
Well, one of the most important tips is to never forget the importance of networking and media relationship building. I think as a publicist or as a PR agency owner, you will get bogged down with wearing many hats, but this is probably one of the most critical aspects of the business is to really, be able to nurture your relationships on a consistent basis. That way, when you get a public relations opportunity or reputation management issue, you're able to already have connection at the local news station, at the newspaper, or on the online blog that understands you and the types of customers that you pitch and what value you can bring or how you can, spin a story, whether it's positive or, combating a negative issue.
Yeah, great insight. If you could give one piece of advice to the wider audience, the CMO Brain community, what would that be?
Well, I think it's very important to, connect with your local peers and again, network and build future business relationships. There's many opportunities for someone to attend just a class or a marketing seminar, looking at your industry professional associations like the American Marketing Association or the Interactive Marketing Association, the Public Relations Society of America. I think just to kind of step in and learn about what someone else's case studies might look like or what tactics are working for other people will help you, learn about new ways of approaching your own clients. And also there's so many tools that are available to us today to do our job more effectively and save time that I think that you can often leverage that information. A lot of times it could be free. A lot of online content, and probably the most valuable is CMO Brain. So you definitely want to check that on a daily basis and subscribe to that blog.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Jessica. I really appreciate your time today.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Bye.